We have a conclusion. Yes, we do. In the story of the dude that shot somebody outside the Night Riders Motorcycle Club in Pontiac. Yes, he got a huge sentence. Basically, you can say he's going to die in prison. Also, we have the story about this Hell's Angel that was put to rest, and huge turnout for him. This is the way a motorcycle club honors its members. Coming up right now, baby.
Rev it up, feel the roar, hit the road, let's explore. Insane Throttle bringing news by James Hollywood Mason Carey. Engine scream, we ride free. Truth and grit for you and me. From the streets to your screen. Biker news, the real scene.
This has been a ongoing deal. This from the Oakland Press, the crime and public safety. Killer sentenced to at least 70 years for the fatal shooting outside a motorcycle club. And you're going to say, well, how's that the rest of his life? It is, man. Trust me. Eileen Wingblad. Yeah, she's the author of this one. At a hearing in Oakland County Circuit Court, Judge Mary Ellen Brennan sentenced Malcolm Robert Boykin 56. So yeah, he died in prison. To 60 to 90 years behind bars for the second-degree murder of Charlie Isaac Odneal, who died March 6, 2024. And we've covered this basically since the beginning. In a hospital the day after he was gunned down outside the Night Riders Motorcycle Club in Pontiac, Boykin and Odneal were reportedly acquaintances. Just couldn't sit down for a beer, could you? And just, hash things out. You had to go right to the damn guns. The judge also handed Boykin concurrent sentences of 30 to 80 years for the assault with the intent to murder and 60 to 30 years for a firearm-related crimes, as well as a 10-year consecutive sentence for other firearm-related crimes. He's probably wishing about right now that he took a deal because he's done. He's over with now, and they made sure that. He was convicted of all charges by a jury on April 1st. Besides his most recent convictions, and this dude has a long history here. Boykin's criminal history includes drug possession, car theft, weapons-related crimes, and armed robbery. Basically, his ass should be in prison the rest of his life. He was discharged from his most recent stay in prison in November of 2022. As stated in his obituary, Odneal was known to many as Isaac and was employed as a production worker with Bridgewater Interiors. He was a father of 5. Come on, really? Jesus. Father of 5. It goes on to say, because it's saying another homicide happened outside the Night Riders Motorcycle Club when Mecca Ramsey was shot to death. So now they're going to highlight everything that's happened there. It's going to happen, and it's probably going to be where zoning officials or something comes in to try to close them down, if you will. That's what they always do. Always. Second man was also shot and survived. I guess at that time, Gregory Kincaid was convicted of second-degree murder, assault with intent to murder. How does it go with second-degree murder right there? You would think that it would actually go first degree, but he too had a criminal history prior to the shooting. And that's how they're going to end up being able to take that clubhouse, because now there's 2 shootings, violence there, sad state of affairs. And I guess at that time, he was sentenced to 45 to 80. So basically, he was 48 at the time. They're making sure they die in prison. I really like this story right here with the Hells Angels. They paid tribute at a funeral after one of their bikers dies in a crash. This out of Daily Record, Catherine Addison Swan, Zara Khalik, and Jackie Grant wrote this one. There's a picture of him right there. Good stuff, man. Young kid. He was actually a dad of 237, and thousands of bikers from around the world. That is freaking amazing, man. Thousands from all around the world. That means, you know, he had a real place in the club, worked his ass off, lived the life that he was supposed to in the club. His Harley Davidson was involved in an accident on April 7th. Again, he was a dad of two, only 37 years old, man. Too young. I guess he suffered critical injuries and died in the hospital for 3 days later. So he fought, man. He fought for his kids. He was a proud member of the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club, was honored by riders at his funeral in South Shields. Look at that, man. They're everywhere. Tell me that ain't a send-off right there. I guess they traveled from Wales, Northern Ireland, Amsterdam, Switzerland, Belgium, Madrid. My goodness gracious. They joined his wife Stacey and daughters Harlo-Rose and Haylan 7 to celebrate Chris, described by one pal as having a smile that lit up a room, and who had generous nature that knew no bounds. And you can tell that statement is true when, you know, knew no bounds. Look at the people that showed up. And it does go on and say 1,000 riders created a procession to accompany Chris on his final journey to a crematorium. The Hells Angels wore sashes on their signature leather vests bearing Chris's nickname, Brownie. The large turnout meant traffic was halted through the timed tunnel, I guess it was. It's just amazing just looking at some of these pictures of how everybody turned out for him. And again, it was all over Europe that came there. And let's see if the cops or any of that stuff mess with them. I guess a fellow biker said at a service he was full of integrity, courage, and he really embraced the true brotherhood of what got into that club. Even as a child, he had no fear with his passion for bikes, staring at the tender age of 7. That is awesome to hear there, man. And there's some more of the funeral procession. It's just lit up with bikes, cars, the whole 9 yards. And that is truly a brotherhood right there. And again, the character of this kid, just look at how many people showed up at his funeral. So I can agree with that. Yeah, the kid was good, man. Our thoughts go out to him, his daughters, his club. And thanks to everybody that showed up for him, showing them true brotherhood. It looks like he really meant the world to a lot of people. It's just sad that, 37 years old and he died that young. But that's the way it is with motorcycles, man. You never know on a motorcycle. But the earlier story, the dude shouldn't even been out of prison, man. And that's the problem that a lot of people have with this justice system now. When there is a true conviction and you're guilty as hell, sentence these people, man. Get them off the street. The guy had a long list, like frickin', roll out the paper and it goes to the next room type of deal. So somebody shouldn't have got killed because our justice system failed. Anyway, that is the show for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe and get that book, baby. Join the members only deal Sundays, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Members only, baby. Join the insanity by becoming a member of the Insane Throttle Club. Get hundreds of members-only videos and hundreds of hours of members-only content. We have 3 affordable levels: Hang Around, Prospect, and Full Patch. each level help forth each channel and all of our biker content. Get content of interviews with the who's who in the motorcycle and biker lifestyle scene. Subscribe on the Insane Throttle YouTube channel now and get access to the members only today and become part of the Insane.
Welcome to 1990 Chicago, where trust is a trap and betrayal runs deep. The Betrayal Chronicles real-life book series by James Hollywood Machikari drags you into the middle of the biker underworld like never before. In Power and Betrayal, a kingpin rises and falls in a storm of drugs and deceit. Then Brotherhood and Betrayal throws you into a fight for loyalty where every choice bleeds. Get the Betrayal Chronicles series now with grit, guilt, and redemption on every page. Available on Amazon and everywhere books are sold. Also available is autographed copies by James Hollywood Machikari on www.insanethrottlebikernews.com.